A few words before we begin tonight's Almost Live program. Despite what some see as growing signs of peace around the world, the fact is that our planet is on the verge of total destruction, with an ever-decaying ozone layer sealing our doom. Maybe worse. That, along with global warming and ever-increasing drug menace, the proliferation of crime and incurable disease, signal the utter annihilation of all life on this planet as we know it. Think about that as you watch tonight's show. Enjoy.
Good evening. I'm Joe Michaels, the new official announcer for Almost Live.
Excuse me.
Oh, not you again. Butt out. Look, you're the old announcer.
Won't I ever get to announce the show again?
No, not unless something happens to me, pal. Now beat it.
Okay.
And now, here's the host of Almost Live.
Hi, this is the old announcer. It's good to be back to introduce this guy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, wow. Yes, we're all so excited because it's been a hectic time in these parts. The big doctors convention is in town. You know, there were over 4,000 pediatricians in Seattle this week. Over 4,000. Ooh, you know, anyway. In fact, they're having medical conventions all over the Northwest. The pediatricians, like I say, they're here. The neurosurgeons are having a meeting in Bellevue, and of course, there's the annual proctologist convention in Tacoma. You know, we thought it would be interesting to look inside the mysterious world of medicine, so we swiped a program from the convention in Seattle. The pediatricians had quite an interesting week. Now, here's a sample of some of the seminars they attended. For example, 101 ways to ask them to fill the cup. Scary phrases that make parents spend more money. Yes, you can reuse those thermometers. A debate, waiting room music, the Carpenters versus bread. How to make extra money moonlighting in rashes. A legal seminar, oops, I killed the patient, now what? And modifying child behavior problems with big, long needles. Yeah. Wow. Sounds like an interesting convention to me. And you know, the doctors just want us to be healthy. And we feel the same way at Almost Live. That's why we're proud to present the most healthy and wholesome people you'll ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into your home the FiveN White Guy.
So neat.
They play soccer! Weenie rolls! FiveN White Guys eat weenies! All right! They put litter in the proper receptacle!
It's a high five of white guy!
White guys.
Can I get a high five too?
Sure! FiveN White Guys! All right! All right! Stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back.
members of the fastest growing demographic group in America.
I just think we're gonna need a lot more information before we can make a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You work with them every day.
Hey, nice suit, Mr. Deppa.
And starting this week, they're the hit of the TV season.
We've got to take another meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the Ineffectual Middle Management Suckups. Tonight on the Ineffectual Middle Management Suckups.
Hey, did you guys hear about Rubens in accounting? Reynolds fired him yesterday.
Rubens too? That's 5 this week.
And it's only Tuesday.
Boy, Reynolds is really cleaning house. Of course, he's only getting rid of the non-essential people. We're not in any trouble.
Okay, let's get started. I've got some bad news. Now, apparently somebody erased all the customer files out of the computer. Now, Mr. Reynolds wants to take a meeting with us this afternoon to find out what happened.
This afternoon? I mean, it would take 3 days just to get a focus group together.
We have to get a lot of big flip charts and colored graphs together and...
I can't organize a task force with that kind of notice.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Reynolds is flying to New York tomorrow morning, and he wants this resolved before he leaves. Now, gentlemen, I can't stress how important it is for us to resolve this now. Otherwise, you know what might happen. We might have to postpone our Waikiki team-building retreat. So, I think it's a good idea right now to open the floor up for suggestions. Can anybody think of a way to solve this?
Tucker?
Harrison?
Jenkins?
Robertson?
Well, gentlemen, I think at this time we need to make a decision here.
What?
A decision.
A decision?
Decision. Oh, decision, yes, yes. Yeah,
we can do that.
Decision, of course.
Yes, yes. Right.
What if we tell Mr. Reynolds that the marketing department screwed up?
That's good. That's a good idea. Okay, good. It's marketing's fault. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Marketing's fault. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Software. We'll tell him it was a glitch in the software.
Glitch in the software. Great.
In fact, tell them we need to upgrade the whole system.
Yeah.
Upgrade. All right.
With new chairs, too, like they have in sales.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're getting someplace. All right, I'm going to need some more color.
Next week on the Ineffectual Middle Management Suckups.
You see, sir, once you factor in marketing's role in the crisis,
The downside can actually be seen in a context. We recommend hiring a consultant to give workshops.
So you see, sir, in terms of perceived impact,
It's really the best thing that could have happened.
we suggest a management retreat at Disney World. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. The Nintendo company of Redmond was struck recently by a computer virus. The problem came to light when a Seattle boy noticed that the Mario Brothers had started leering at women and singing the dirty words to Louie Louie. An injured Brian Bosworth missed the Seahawks minicamp this week. A team spokesman said that Boz's condition remains unchanged. He's still a big jackass. The Navy is reportedly training dolphins to fire .45 caliber nose guns in order to protect naval bases such as Bangor. This comes after the Navy's failed attempts to teach the dolphins to dial 911. After a concerned citizens group closed down the Maplethorpe photo exhibit in Cincinnati, a Seattle decency group has proposed a bill which would prohibit anyone under 18 from looking at the Gateway Tower. A California man has requested that his head be frozen so he can be brought back to life in the future. He pointed out that Sonic guard Dale Ellis had gone through the procedure several years ago with very few side effects. Ken Griffey Jr. is on this week's cover of Sports Illustrated. Asked if he feared the Sports Illustrated jinx, Griffey replied, "Heck no, I already play for the Mariners." And finally, Robert Fulgham, author of All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, and It Was on Fire When I Lay Down on It, has written another book of his folksy philosophy. The new book is titled That wasn't me, it was the liquor talking. This has been the John Report. Thank you, and good night.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
You having problems with your car? Come see us, because the problem may be deeper than you think.
The Car Counselors. Treatment for you and your car.
Hi, how you doing?
Not too good. It keeps grinding. Every time I go into third, there's this grinding noise. It's been doing it for like 2 weeks. I don't know what's wrong.
Well, okay, let me have the keys. I'll take a look at it. Go on in there and have a seat. We'll take care of you there.
Okay, all right,
thanks.
all right.
John, I'm here to help you work through some of these problems that you seem to be having with your car. And I want you to know this is a safe place, okay?
All right, okay.
Yes, the Car Counselors. State-of-the-art mechanics and therapists.
John, I'd like to look at why you feel you need to grind the gears.
Well, I don't know. I shift fast and it messes the gears up.
Can you remember the first time you ever ground your gears?
I had a 10-speed. I got a 10-speed for my 12th birthday, and I used to shift it and the chain would come off.
How do you feel about clutches?
Clutches? I don't have a problem with clutches. What's wrong with it? Clutch is a clutch.
I need you to look behind that. I want you to be honest with me now. What's coming up for you? Where's the fear?
No, I don't have anything against clutches.
John?
I hate clutches! I hate clutches! I hate clutches! I hate them!
You feel the pain, John. Let it out. That's right. John, looks like Kevin's done with your car. I'd like to see you next Tuesday also, okay?
Okay.
All right, you have a good week.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Keister, here's your keys. It's running fine. Doing great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Keister? You need a hug? Come on, you need a hug? Come on. Yeah, we love you, John. You paid, didn't you? Yeah, okay.
The Car Counselors. Tune up and mellow out.
Well, my first guest is one of the top comedians in the Northwest. Her new comedy magazine show, Free Ride, will be premiering this July on KCTS Channel 9. And you can see her this Friday at Kane Hall along with 5 other comics in Comic Relief, a benefit for Seattle's homeless. Please welcome Jan Barrett.
Hi! Yeah! Wow! Terrific! Some of you may recognize me. I was the opening act for the Chippendale Male Dance Troupe. Are you familiar with these guys? Yeah, it was a tough job, but somebody had to do it. My agent got me the job. She called me up and she said, Jan, I've got a gig you might like. Would you like to open for the Chippendale Dancers? And I went, well, yeah. What kind of money are we talking about here? And she said, $500 a night. I said, $500 a night? Yeah, I think I could afford to pay that. Yeah. Wake up on my bank. So it's almost summertime, and when you think of summer, you think of love, and when you think of love, you think of Shakespeare, and when you think of Shakespeare, you think of tequila, don't you? I know I do. Do you drink tequila in the audience here? Yeah. I used to drink a lot of tequila, but I don't do that anymore because I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody in this audience. But have you ever gone out drinking with a bunch of friends and somehow you get home and somehow you've gotten undressed and into bed, but you don't remember how? And you were the designated driver? You don't know why you have Cheese Whiz on your underwear? Or why you have 17 Polaroid pictures of your date with his leg in the potato salad? What, they ran out of chips at this party, huh? Yeah, I'm divorced. Ever notice how single women go to bars in packs? You know, when I got a divorce, I picked out 4 of my girlfriends who I figured were less attractive than I was. Oh, like you haven't done this to maximize your own trolling possibilities. Guys always go with just another guy to a bar, their best friend. You travel in twos, and we have to commend you, fellas, because you still have to ask a woman to dance. That must be terrifying. You see a little chorus line of women all dancing on the sidelines, It looks like they want to go out on the dance floor and dance with you. You leave your best friend and go, watch this. I want to dance. No. Then you've got to make that long walk all the way back across the floor and say, I didn't want to dance with her anyway. She had a big hair sticking out of her nose. Nice cover. Every once in a while, women get brave enough to ask you to dance. I did that the other day. I asked a guy to dance. Always ask the best-looking guy. Why waste time, you know? And I went up, and you got to be careful with the good-looking ones, though, because sometimes they look good, you know, but you get them out on the dance floor, and they turn into Dave the Bad Dancer. Top of their bodies in the 60s, you know, but their butts like track in the 90s. You're going, God, I hope nobody from work sees me here tonight. Oh, God. Here's a tip for the single guys in the audience, too. Women don't want nice men. We want stinkers, right? Right, it's a fact, see? You could put me in a room with 400 pediatricians, and I'd be able to zero in on the one unemployed felon in the room. It's a fact. I'm a human pest strip, I swear to God. I went out with a guy. We had a great date. He called me the next day, and I went, oh, Shane, it's so nice to hear from you again. Oh, I'd love to see you again, but, oh, I'm old-fashioned. I usually wait until the third date to post bail. But don't worry, I'm not planning to procreate. I'm not having kids. I found out I can't have children because I hate them. No, I'm not having kids because I'm saving up my money to go to Europe. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm not the only person who's looked at a child and said, that could have been a car. Thank you.
Jan Barrett, ladies and gentlemen. Now, thank you.
I've always wanted to do that.
Careful. Be careful, I'm peeling, so be careful. Now, Jan, you're working for Comic Relief.
Yes.
And the people here in Seattle who are donating Comic Relief, I understand that all the money raised here stays in Seattle to benefit this city, right?
It's health care for the homeless. The tickets are $12 and $14. It's Kane Hall. All the money goes to the Seattle homeless, and as you know, we have a really big problem here in Seattle with that. So please, please come and see the show. It's really going to be a good one. It's got Peggy Platt, Rod Long, big hitters. So come see us. It'll be a great show.
All right, and thanks for coming by.
Oh, thank you.
Jan.
Watch Free Ride on Channel 9.
Watch Free Ride, yeah. We'll be right back. The Lame List, or What's Week This Week, featuring Grammy nominees Soundgarden, fans who throw up on stage,
Lame.
broken Slurpee machines,
Lame.
Woodenville, Lambada,
Lambada. Very Lambada.
foamy kegs, the Navy training dolphins to kill divers,
Very cool. Yeah.
Jeff Schmullian dating Monica Hart,
What are you doing with that guy? Yeah. You haven't called me in weeks.
freezing your head.
Lame.
This has been the Lame List. Oh, I'm over here. Lame! Well, we want to thank Soundgarden for helping out with the Lame List. Sorry you guys didn't win the Grammy. I also want to I want to thank Jan Barrett for coming along, and please help Jan and the other comics and the homeless out by going to Comic Relief. Once again, that's this Friday at Kane Hall. The tickets are $12.50. You can get them at the door or through Ticketmaster. I also want to remind you, please be sure to tune in next week because we're going to have Bill Nye the Science Guy as a guest here. They love Bill. And I don't know what Bill is going to do, but it usually involves fire and mistakes. So please tune in, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye. That's all we have for this week.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza. Promotional consideration also provided by your local Coca-Cola bottler.